Our guest today is Wale Ojo, even though we will not have a full session, but at least just to welcome him. And he's a seasoned actor with over 30 years of experience in theatre and film. He holds a degree in drama from the University of Hull, England. His acting journey began at the age of 8 when he debuted as a child actor in the early 1980s television series Why Worry the Banner. Following his family's relocation to the United Kingdom, he continued to pursue acting, making his theatrical debut as a young Othello in Shakespeare's Othello. He garnered extensive stage experience in London, performing in esteemed venues like the National Theatre and Royal Exchange, transitioning to cinema. Ojo's screen debut came in 1995 with a role as a gambler in the short film The Hard Case, followed by his feature film debut in Rage, 1999, where he portrayed a schizophrenic gangster. He has also, now we see you. He has also graced the small screen with appearances in BBC's Grange Hill and Hadron Hotel, as well as in series like Teen Cell, Black Earth Rising Foundation, and Blood Sisters, among others. In 2012, Ojo gained prominence with his performance in his first Nigerian feature, Spoon's Swap, which earned him a Nigerian Entertainment Award for Best Actor. Prior to this, he was widely recognized for his comedy series, Meet the Adebanjos. His notable filmography includes The CEO, Oju Kokoro, White Collar Black, 50, Half the Sun, and elevating the quality of Nigerian cinema. He has also ventured into directing and producing, with credits including Ghost of Takwa Bay, a short film, and Kalakuta Express, a feature film inspired by Fela's philosophy, and the documentary film. This, your latest, screened at the Ira Film Festival in March. For just upcoming projects, the lead role in the film A Man Died, a biopic of Wole Soyinka, slated for release this July. You are most welcome, Wale. I'm sorry that we will not be able to have you. There are so many interesting things I'm sure people would have loved to ask you. Thank you very much. I understand this is a very busy period for you, and today was not the best
Yeah.
of days with the AMVCA thing. So I know you can only stay for a few minutes, so let's maybe give you the word. Perhaps you want to say something to the people, but I'll just ask one question. Uh, Given in mind where the AMVC is here today,
Mm.
and you have been nominated for Best Actor in one of the categories, and
Yeah.
actually that film features in 8 categories for the awards today.
Actually, it features in 11 categories.
11. Oh, I miscounted then. 11. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's great. So, can you tell us, because you were quoted as saying that your role in this film gave you the opportunity to dive into the rat hole of a character and bring out what you call nuances. That character, OTB, was multidimensional. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, as an actor, I like challenges, and quite a lot of my Nollywood roles have not been as challenging as I would like. And some of my international roles too. So sometimes I've had to create roles for myself. But when I read the script, Breath of Life, it was an opportunity to explore the mind of somebody who rejects God and then accepts God. These are details that I like to develop some kind of psychological and the psychosomatic aspects of character definition, which I always like to dive into, if you like. I call it the rabbit hole of characters.
Right. Now, just a question here from what you said.
Yeah.
What is your acting technique? There are those who emphasize the emotional life of the characters, others tap into the method acting, emotional recall of incidents in their own life, others focus on the imagination. What is your own technique?
My technique is the truth. You have to approach a character with a sense of truth, and that truth comes from all kinds of different places. It would be impossible for me to contain everything into one little aspect. But what I do mostly is I work from a position of truth. You have to align yourself with the character. You have to identify yourself with the character. You have to find certain elements of yourself within the character, and then and that's it really.
Beautiful. Before I go any further, what time would you like to drop off so I don't keep you
No,
longer
keep it.
than?
No, keep going.
Uh,
Keep going. I'll let you know. We have some time.
okay. Oh,
Once they start
fantastic.
banging on the door, which they are now. Hang on. then then I know that we can go. But no, carry on. Sorry, I
Okay.
have to apologize. But it's a crazy
No, no,
time.
no, we understand. We
Yeah.
understand. We understand.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes,
Now,
bring that in. Thank you.
the
I just bring in the bucket of ice for the champagne,
oh,
and so
fantastic.
everything is going a little crazy.
Are we invited for the champagne?
Of course, you're invited. You are all invited.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, the first
So
film
yeah,
in which I watched you was Phone
yeah,
Swap, which I must
yeah.
confess is one of my favorite films. And
Hmm.
that film is a comedy, as is the series with the Avengers. But you began
Yeah.
your acting career playing the role of a tragic character, Othello, and you have played quite
Yes.
diverse characters in your various films.
Yeah.
How have you gone
Yeah.
about developing your acting range? And
Well,
would you say that there are limits to the kind of characters that you feel you can play?
no, there are no limits. I want to be able to play all of Shakespeare's characters. Now, this is the interesting thing, okay? I played Othello when I was 22 years old, and I felt terribly insecure. I was really nervous, but I was challenged to play. So I played one of the most difficult roles in Shakespeare's canon at a very early age. So I was thrown literally into the deep end. And I thought it was fantastic because ever since then, I've always wanted to play Othello again, but not Othello. If you know the play, right now I want to play Iago,
Okay.
which is an
That
even
guy.
more, yeah, he's a villain, but he's an even more complex character than Iago. Iago is the one who sets Othello onto the road to ruin.
Yes. Well, someone says fate and destiny. Another person says a
No,
tragic character. Someone says
no.
jealousy, revenge
Someone
and
says what?
jealousy, revenge
Yeah,
and
so
jealousy.
this, yes,
Then
yes. That's
there's
that
also
who is
tragic.
that person who says revenge and
This is
jealousy? Who is that person?
Ajeri. Ajeri Agbese says
Okay, please
revenge and jealousy.
let's give him a round of applause. That's what the play is about.
Okay.
Yeah, because most people think that oh, Othello is about racism, that Iago is being racist towards Othello. That's the first thing that they go to. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, but I would have thought that that's now a backward reading. We're reading it with the light of today. I mean, to say it's racist, we need to
Exactly.
read
Uh,
backwards.
uh, Because you see, that is why because before they used to automatically assume that Othello should be black and Iago should be white.
Right, right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yes,
automatically
yes.
it's the a white guy trying to bring down this black guy.
Like yes, yes.
And then it became even ridiculous levels when actors like Laurence Olivier were playing Othello in blackface. Do you know what I mean by blackface? They had
Yes, yes, yes.
they painted their face, their
The
white
face is
face
black.
black.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
which is insulting anyway.
These days, that's looked down upon greatly.
Yeah. So, for me, everything is a challenge. And so when I look back on playing Othello those many years ago, I realized that all the time I really wanted to play Iago.
Okay.
Iago is a more challenging role. He has more layers. He's much more complex. Othello is a highly interesting role. Don't get me wrong. But for
Right.
me, the meat is Iago, and that has always driven me as an actor. To always want to play different roles that challenges me. A lot of the reason I left the UK to come to Nigeria was one, I missed home. I really like to eat pounded yam with amala and gbegiri, and I really couldn't find that in the UK a lot, so I was very frustrated. And I like dodo, I like fresh dodo, in bean with snail. Put it aside, fish, pepper soup, chop it, yam it, fantastic. So I couldn't find that in the UK, and so I wanted to see if I could broaden my acting experience in Nigeria. And when I came to Nigeria, there were even less challenging roles. You know, it was all in one direction. Either he was Yoruba, father, lost a fortune, tried to regain his fortune, has a daughter, Father's Day, father, doctor. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, all right. So when we came to Breath of Life, it was a breath of fresh air.
Can one say that with the company you founded, that this is one of the things you are trying to, should I say, deal with in terms of trying to raise the quality of the stories themselves? The New Nigeria Cinema, your production company.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. We have New Nigeria Cinema has a slate of 10 films on its board, and we are ranging the theme of these films ranges from a script about an African James Bond to an apocalyptic Lagos, to Lagos in 2050, in which everything is being destroyed and taken over by artificial intelligence, up to we have vampire films of a Nigerian vampire in Hungary. We have
Wow.
a Nigerian mafia operating in Russia. We have films that are talking about Afrobeat and the beginnings of Afrobeat. And the one that we have now that's gained a lot of interest among the streamers and the networks is a Western cowboy film set in Ibadan.
Wow.
They're very diverse topics, and I also have Shakespeare adaptations in that slate. We have a Yoruba adaptation of Hamlet, and we have adaptation of Julius
Oh,
Caesar, yes, and Othello.
some of these ones you have mentioned sound to me like
Mm.
they will be very challenging to actually shoot. A vampire in Russia, for instance,
Yes,
a
yeah.
businessman, the cop
It's
that
one of my. You
behind
see,
that.
you see, you are very clever now, because the way you are stimulating my mind, I know I'm going to be here for another half an hour. Look, let me tell you about that. Let me tell you about that film. The title of the film is called The Solitude of Igor. Okay, that's the title, The Solitude of Igor, and it's about a man who uh, believed that he had developed vampire powers, but he wanted to use those powers for good. So he was targeting corrupt politicians. Everybody's gone quiet again.
No, we can hear you. Just the network
Oh,
goes
okay.
up now and then, but we can hear you.
Oh, I see. Okay. So did you hear my last statement?
Yes, you're talking about the ego who wants to use his vampire powers for good to target
Yeah,
corrupt
and
politics.
that's it. Yeah, that's the in a nutshell. That's the log line of the film.
But then, it, I'm looking now at the aspect of the funding.
Yeah,
How do you deal with that? Because to put all of this together, which is one of the challenges the industry faces, getting adequate
yeah,
funding. How will you deal with
yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question, and there's a serious lack of funding in Nollywood, but I have to applaud the inventiveness, the courage, the drive, the determination of my fellow Nollywood colleagues. I mean, they get investments from everywhere, from a lot of places. And there's so many movies coming out now that will match Hollywood films, in which Nigerian actors and producers, they have just gone out on a limb to get money to finance their films, and I really believe that um, they're not applauded enough for that.
enough. I agree with you.
I really believe that, and
Yes, yes, I
I
agree.
mostly I go abroad to get my money. Right now my latest film is being funded by Amazon MGM Studios, and then I have some other deals I'm doing with Los Angeles-based studios to produce the films in Nigeria. So I've
Okay.
not had one sponsorship from any Nigerian entity yet.
Wow.
Yeah, and all my films are Nigerian.
It seems to me that this is a space that is only just now opening. This
Mm.
aspect of those who have the funding saying that the film industry is a viable space for investments. Because I think in the last last 1 year perhaps, one has seen more, a little more than, I mean, relatively speaking, of some interest in that. Do you see this as well? I see more investment companies expressing intention to put in
Yeah,
money in this space.
yeah. A lot of them express intentions. A lot express intentions, but it needs to be put into action.
True.
There is intent, and then there's action. What you find is there's action more from private Nigerian investors.
Yes.
And I don't mind naming some of them. Some of these big companies like Glow and MTN, you know, should be putting a lot of money into films because they're making money. And a lot of the people that are using these mobile phones are going online and using their phones to watch Nigerian films.
True. True.
Do you
Let
understand?
me, yes, it is a point. But one of the complaints, because I know the banks raise this often, one of the
Yeah.
complaints that they raise is that they do not see so clearly how to get their money back. And I think that, well, that is improving now with the distribution structure being firmed up in
Yeah.
various ways. But this is one
Yeah,
of
it's a
the
viable complaint.
excuses. Yes, one of the
It's a
excuses
viable
that comes
complaint.
up.
Yeah, no, it's a viable complaint because we have the Nigerian factor. The Nigerian factor is that, we have this sense of insidious corruption. Everybody wants to, you just we find it difficult to be transparent.
Right.
That's just it. And then so why, if you're not being transparent, why should you then blame the banks if they're a bit, don't want to risk their money? Because I mean, I know of banks that have come complaining to me that they've lent money before and that they never got it back.
Yes, I've heard
And
those stories too.
they've had to threat possession and this and court injunction, and it's not good. So we
It's
on
not.
our part we have to show transparency to the banks, to funders. I mean, this is a business, but it's a business that can make money. I mean, if I tell you the billions of dollars that go through Los Angeles every day, and yet you go to LA now and you mention the name Nollywood, they respect you. They
Wow.
truly believe that we are the
Wow.
second largest after Bollywood. They believe that because they see the population, but what they don't see is the numbers.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
They don't yet see the numbers. They know the output is there, the quantity is there, and that the quality is improving, and they're impressed. So they want to be a part of it. We have one or two Hollywood actors coming now, and they get into Nollywood films. I mean, I just left LA, and Austin Butler expressed interest in being in a Nollywood film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got actors like Eric Braeden expressing interest to be in a Nollywood film. I've got actors like Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler telling me, and Kevin Garnett, who's the famous basketball player, who's now an actor, saying to me he wants to come to Nigeria to be in a Nollywood film.
Wow.
Yeah, I can give you a whole list. Boris Kojo, Kevin Hart, Idris just finished filming here now. The list is long. So they respect Nollywood, they love Nollywood, they want to be a part of Nollywood, and I think that's healthy for us. because
Good.
it's really going to increase the bar.
Yeah. As well
But
as the reach.
again, yeah, yeah, and then the once you see one film, and I'm not boasting, and I believe it's going to be my film, breaks the bar and starts to hit international film festivals, maybe not Oscars nomination, film festival awards, and then a lot of interest is going to start coming into the country because they will then see it clearly, and everything will be above board because then you can see how much money this film has made. You can see that other producers are chasing them. You know that this particular film is a hot potato. And I think Breath of Life is in that vein. But you see, Breath of Life was completely sponsored by Amazon, so they will hold it.
Yes.
They won't
Yes.
take it out to festivals. They won't do anything. It will just be on their platform.
Hmm.
Are you with me?
Yes, I am. Yes, I
you
am.
know and to date, let me tell you now, Breath of Life is the most successful Nigerian film on Amazon with over 40 million streams,
Wow. But nobody's talking about this.
and nobody's talking about it. I get DMs from people in Hawaii who tell me that the film has changed their life.
That's great.
Do you understand? And so I
Yes.
think I think yeah, the mark of a success of any Nigerian film is our ability to break the international market.
Yes. I fully
And I
agree.
think I think I think yeah, I think Breath of Life has done that, you know. And if it was not just an Amazon film, maybe it was partly sponsored by Amazon and it went out to the cinemas and everything, it would have done better than Tribe of Judah. It will have gone international cinemas. It will have done extremely well. Maybe gone to the Oscars or gone to the Cannes Film Festival.
But I think these days, because I have seen, I think it happened recently,
Yeah,
the recognition of the film from one of the streaming platforms at
yeah.
these festivals, or well, one of these awards thing. So
Mm.
there's still that possibilities in there of going beyond just the platform.
Yeah, of course, but then it has to be approved by Amazon. The producers don't have a say.
Sure. Right. Right. I
Do
get
you
it.
understand?
Yes, I get it. I get it.
Their marketing and their publicity team need to push the fact that, guys, this film has done amazingly well on our platform. We want to take it out. I mean, I had to exert some influence because of my connect to ask them to screen the film in London, which we're hoping to screen in September of this year at the
Oh,
BFI,
that's
at the
good.
British Film Institute. Yeah.
That's good.
So I had to get approval from top executives in Amazon before they could allow that. You see, they're very corporate, by the way. They're very, very corporate companies. So they have rules.
Yes.
They're highly strict. So, to even get what I got from them is because of they respect me as talent,
Yes. Yes.
you know. But I get impatient because I'm in a position where I want Nigerian cinema to break the international markets. And then we're on a new level playing ground. We're on a new discussion, we're on a new level, then Nollywood stars will be as huge as Afrobeat stars. And I will not be able to look at this beautiful scenery here. Look at this. I will not be able to walk anywhere down these streets without being mobbed. Look at that. Look at how beautiful it is. Look at that. This is what we want. This
That
is Nigeria.
that's
We
a
should be
good
proud of
idea.
this. We should be
It
proud of
should.
this. Do you understand?
It should.
I mean, I
Yes,
mean,
it
I
should.
mean, I'm in a revolutionary mood when it comes to cinema. I am the fella of cinema.
But do you think that the players generally in this space are in that same mood? Are they willing to take up this challenge as well?
Well,
Because
I
one
don't
gets the
know. I
impression
can't.
many times that people are okay with the little they get. They're not
Yeah,
really
yeah,
aiming
yeah,
very
yeah.
high.
You're right. You're right. And I can't. I mean, I can't really speak for other people. It would be unfair of me to speak for other people. All I can do is speak for myself. And I can tell you that I'm a very, very hungry lion. I'm never, ever satisfied. I just came back from Los Angeles a week ago. I was in Turkey and I was in Mauritania, shooting in Mauritania. A fantastic Nigerian film, by the
Wow.
way. Yeah, one of the first Pan-African films going to be coming out this year, late this year. We shot it in Ivory Coast, Benin Republic, Mauritania, and Senegal, and in Lagos.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
hugely
nice.
Pan-African film, by a
Oh,
Nigerian director, Nigerian company. So
well,
we're
that's
we're
something
we're
to look
making
forward.
moves. Yeah, we're making
Yes.
moves, but we have to break that market. Once we break the international market and we start getting into the figures that Bollywood does, then we're talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna get there. We will get
Well,
there.
certainly. Certainly.
Yeah,
Let me take you a bit of a different direction now, back to the
yeah,
aspect of playing challenging characters. You played
yeah.
Wale Soyinka in the forthcoming film, The Man Died. And at least I think from a layman's perspective,
Mm.
I dare say it's quite challenging to play somebody who is very much alive, a real figure, and so on now to now say I'm trying to now portray this person and such a well-known person on screen. What
Yeah.
was it like? That must have been
Let me
quite a
tell you.
challenge.
Well, look. When I don't know. I don't want to. When you are told that you must wear the masquerade at a festival, can you refuse?
Yeah, of course not.
You understand? The elders will come to you and say, "Ngwa, ngwa, 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 ngwa. New Yam Festival is here. You are to wear the masquerade of Amadioha and go to the people." Do you understand? This project was sponsored by the University of New York. The man died. They paid for everything in this film. Yeah. The director is called Awam and Pam, who is a personal friend of mine. And they had the project for a while. They wrote the script, it was great. So they went to Professor Wale Soyinka and said, Prof, who do you think can play you in this film? Prof, in his mercurial manner, said, have you people heard of Wale Ojo? Go to him. So Awam now came to me and said, Wale, I don't care what you're doing, you have no choice. You
You have been
have to
elected.
play this role. That the Orisha has chosen you to play this role. Do you understand? So I had no choice in the matter. I had no choice in the matter. And I was very glad to take up the challenge. And I went to Prof and I dobale and I said, Baba mi Eshe." I said, and I will do my best. And, lo and behold, we shot the film. And, yeah, here we are. And I really hope the Nigerians will love this film. I am very, very proud of the film. I hope it will be bigger than Breath of Life. I really do. I'm very proud of it. I've known Wale Soyinka for over 30 years. It's a great honor to play him. He is most revered figure in African literature, as far as I'm concerned. He's a revolutionary. He's a humanist. And it's just an honor to play him, and it was just such a journey to play him. And when you're talking about complexity of characters, playing Wale Soyinka in The Man Died was much more complex than playing Timmy Johnson in Breath of Life.
Fine.
It was just like, wow. Yeah, it was a real mind opener for me. That this man was incarcerated for nearly 22 months, and how did he survive mentally?
Yes.
And that's the question I really ask myself. Sam Dede plays the torturer in this film, and we went through hell, and I was able to get a glimpse of what Shoyinka must have gone through, while he was incarcerated. There was a plot by Gawan's government to have him assassinated in prison.
Yeah. Yes.
That is without the shadow of a doubt. So every day he was in fear of his life. And what was his crime? His crime was to say to Ojukwu, let's have peace. Don't let's have war. This country needs to be united. You know, let's have, they're all calling me now, but I'll have to go in 10 minutes. But let me just conclude.
Okay.
They said, they're saying, let's have peace. Don't let's have war. And in a way, since 1967, Soyinka has been screaming this up until today, 2024. We now have insurgency in the north. We have insecurity. We still have obedience versus Yoruba voters. We have Reno Mokri versus Peter Obi. We have all kinds of stuff going on. We have a president that's trying to gather these different tribes together. It's not so difficult to unite Nigeria. The difficulty is in the minds, the few septic, negative minds that do not want to see a future for this country. That is the difficulty. And it has been that difficulty since 1967, when Soyinka set out on the path of courage, like his God, Ogun, to say, look, enough is enough. Let's have peace. They tried to kill him. He came back, went to Abiola. Abiola, let us work together. They squashed Abiola. Abacha tried to kill him. Are you with me?
Yes. Yes.
Now, Soyinka speaks about the obsession of obedience, and they're on his neck because he knows the danger when you start to over worship one figure. I don't want to get too much into politics here. I don't want to express my politics, but I know where I stand politically, and I stand for change, huge political change. But I think we have to be aware of, we must not idolize people too much. We do that a lot in this country. It's dangerous to do that.
Yes.
It's dangerous. You must be individual. You must have your own individual frame of mind. And it's because of that individual frame of mind that has gotten Wale Soyinka in so much trouble over the years. But he's still alive.
Yes, indeed.
I think before I go, I should take one question from your panel, no?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Let's see. Nobody checking now. Well, somebody asks here about the film you said, cowboy, the one on Ibadan, cowboy, and it says
Yeah.
cowboy in Ibadan. Is that
Yes.
dealing with the herdsmen issues?
Dealing with what?
The herdsmen issue.
No, it's not. No, it's that is a completely imaginative feat by myself, and it deals a group of 8 cowboys steal $1 billion naira from a train.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay, I have
The next.
another question here.
Mm.
Sorry, I'll just take this one quickly
Mm-hmm.
from Esma Oluyinka, who says, and with film, we can address some of these mundane issues, the ones you were talking about earlier. Great to see the vampires on the trail of corrupt politicians. But seriously, can there be more attention to some of the social issues, subtle didactic messages in our scripts, messages that address the otherwise mundane issues of life, which viewers have to deal with?
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that question. And it's funny you say that. I'm supposed to put a document together now for a script that completely deals with those social political issues. And the title of that film is called The Rise and Rise of Jangbolorata or Motakpa.
Wow.
So Janggolo is an area boy hired by politicians to kill their opponents. He then decides one day to rise up against his political masters and drags all of society with him.
Okay.
So it talks about the use of thuggery to try to influence society. It talks about the role of people in saying how badly do we want to change our lives and how much are we willing to go to effect that change.
Right.
Essentially, really, that movie is talking about the challenge to the status quo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called The
Yeah.
Rise and Rise of Janggolo or Motapa.
That is quite a mouthful. Oscar.
because my brother, what we go through in Nigeria is a mouthful. Every single day, my people are suffering and smiling.
Yes.
Fella said it, and we're still doing it today. Why will we do it forever? You're gonna forever remain in church while they are
Right.
eating the money of this country or in the mosque? No, there has to be something different. There just has to be, and we as
There
artists
has to
must constantly call out to it. Because at some point, when the people's backs are up against the wall, they will have no other choice but to eat their masters.
That is really the big thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
that's just it. So I hope I can leave you with that. I hope it's not too depressing, but that's.
Well, no, we have enjoyed this time. Thank you so much. I know how
Thank
pressing
you,
things are for you
thank you.
this morning.
Again,
Thank you so much.
I apologize. I couldn't spend a longer time with you. Please extend all my heartfelt greetings and apologies to all your panel. I can't see anybody. I
Yeah.
wish I could see all of them. But
Yeah. But they can hear you.
thank
They
you
can
so
hear
much.
you.
Thank
They
you
can
so
hear you.
much.
Thank you. And the best of
Wish
luck
me luck.
this evening. Best
Yes,
of luck
I think
this
I'll
evening.
I
Best
think
of
I'll
luck.
bring it home. I'll bring it home. I think I'll bring it home.
Please. Yeah, we
Best
are
lead
rooting for
actor
that.
to Wale Ojo, please.
We're rooting for that.
So
We're
yeah,
rooting for that.
please. Thank you.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care, guys.
All the
Thank you very
best. You
much.
too.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
And thank you very much to our guests who have joined us. Thank you all very much. I'm sorry that we couldn't stay so long today, but I think you understand what's going on. It's a rather intense day for Wale Ojo. So we look forward to welcoming you next time, and hopefully we'll have a full session. And perhaps in the future we'll bring him back again. So thank you once again, and do have a great day ahead.